Were you planning on buying or selling a home this year, maybe even this spring, but now you're wondering, should you still go through with it? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to talk you through all the details of buying and selling real estate here in Oregon amidst the coronavirus crisis. Hi, Nora Spangler here with Rogue Real Estate in Bend, Oregon. Right now, the governor of Oregon has issued a shelter-in-place order, and so we are asked to stay in our homes and only conduct essential business. However, real estate was not put on the non-essential business list, meaning we are not mandated to stop working. So it's up to us to go by the CDC guidelines and keep social distancing and use disinfectants and masks and gloves and just take all the precautions that we can, and to do as little or zero in-person business as possible. And fortunately, for real estate, we really can do 99% of a transaction can be done virtually. So if you are interested in buying and selling during this time, some people have to. It's not really do they want to, but they need to in order to move on to whatever they had already planned before all this started. So let's talk about the short-term and the long-term impacts of the coronavirus on real estate. And if you like this video, would you go ahead and give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button down there, and then you'll get notified every week when I do a new video. So what are some of the short-term impacts? Well, it's going to slow down the market and transactions may take a little bit longer. Now in Oregon, we have a new addendum that goes with the real estate contract to address this issue. And also some of the local title companies even have a way for you to digitally deposit your earnest money check. So if you got under contract, you don't even have to go to the title office to deposit your earnest money. So we're really doing everything virtual as much as we possibly can. So there will be no open houses for you to go to, which is definitely for public safety and health. However, there are so many virtual tours online. So just ask me, I'll set you up with your search criteria and you can view all the properties and home tours online from the comfort of your home. And if it comes to actually needing to tour a property, there are guidelines for that I would follow, and I would go and tour the property and use a video, my phone to take a video for you and upload that so that you could view it and then determine which one or two houses you actually need to go to in person if that's even necessary. So my suggestion would be, if you don't absolutely need to transact real estate right now, it might be best to take this time and prepare for your transaction. So as a buyer, what could you do to get ready right now? Well, you should start looking at your budget. You should talk with a lender and make sure your credit score is really good, and ask your lender what you could do to improve your credit score over the next couple of months. You should also get in touch with a realtor in the area that you're planning on buying and just start that relationship and see what advice they have for you. If you're considering selling this year, whether this spring or maybe later in the summer, then there are lots of things you can do to get ready. And you can get outside and start maintaining your lawn, your landscaping. You should review any projects that you had thought about doing or started doing, get those all tied up. Any painting, cleaning, definitely. It's a good time to just do a really deep clean of your property and do all those inside and outside maintenance projects. And of course, it's a great time to talk to a realtor because they can give you a specific list of things to do for your home to get it ready for the market later this year. So what about the long-term effects of the coronavirus on the real estate market? What I see happening is completely different from what everyone refers to as the crash of 2008. And here's a few reasons why. The underlying problem there was subprime mortgages. People had mortgages that they just really couldn't support with the income. And lenders gave them those mortgages, and then they ended up defaulting on them. Part of that problem was they also not only had a loan they really couldn't afford, but they were borrowing against the equity. So home equity loans were very popular. That just added to the problem, and kind of the whole bottom fell out of the housing market. But that was due to the type of loans that were given. And then that led to a huge recession. So we may experience a recession, we don't know yet. But even if that happens, over the past 3 recessions previous to the 2008 crash, housing prices actually went up. They appreciated during the recession. So real estate is still a very good, solid investment. So talk with a realtor, talk with a lender, talk with your financial advisor, and just make sure to make the best decision for you at this time. Another thing that is very different right now from 2008 is that there are not enough homes for sale right now. We have more demand for homes than homes to sell, and that is very true in Bend, which in turn keeps the prices going up. So I don't think you're going to see a huge drop in prices in Bend. They may soften a little bit, and I will say I have been watching the price reductions, and there have been some. So in a couple months, it may be a really great time to get into buying a property in Bend. I hope you and your family and your friends are staying well and taking all the precautions necessary to make it through this crisis. And I will see you again next week with the March market numbers for Bend, Oregon.